If you're like me and love having a get ready with me in the background as you're getting ready yourself, then this is the video for you. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shida and I hope that you are all doing well. Today I'm sharing with you my get ready from my hair to my skincare to my makeup. I won't be going anywhere, I'm going to be filming, but still it's a perfect opportunity to show you what I would do to just look a little bit more put together, and this is something that you can adopt for going out to dinner, to work, wherever that may be. If this is something that you would like to see, please stay tuned, hit that like and subscribe button, turn your notification bell on so you can see more of my content. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to start off with is switching out my eyes. I call them my eyes. I'm putting in my contact lenses. Despite having done it for years at this point now, I just don't really enjoy it. I've got the hang of it, but there's always that one eye that I can't get the lens into with ease, and it's just the bane of my existence. So I'm just going to put these in.
A few moments later.
Okay, lenses are in. It was a struggle actually. So already washed my face. I used a cleanser that I showed at the beginning. I'll show it here as well. Really nice cleanser, contains salicylic acid, so it's perfect when you have problematic skin, and my skin is kind of breaking out currently here and here due to hormones, that kind of stuff. So it's really nice to have that, and it doesn't leave your skin feeling too dry even with those kind of ingredients. I haven't put anything on my face just yet because I wanted to show you, and my skin does not feel like it's, you know, that tight feeling. We don't feel that. So what I do is I will go in with a toner. So this is my usual toner. It's the Ren Glow Tonic, I believe. Yeah, Glow Daily Tonic. AHA's wonderful piece of skincare. I like to apply it without a cotton pad. This is what it says in regards to what it is. So it's willow bark to encourage cell renewal, lactic acid to gently exfoliate, and azelaic acid to brighten skin. So this is really great to use during the daytime. So I will squish it like this, get some solution in my hand, and then pat it onto my skin. Now I have sensitive skin-ish, so whenever I apply something, it goes red to begin with, or like it changes colour, it goes a bit pinky. The next thing that I wanted to show you is this Hyaluronic Serum. It's this brand, I pick it up from Boots, and yeah, it's just got mineralizing water and hyaluronic acid. So this is my brand new one, and this is the one that I have finished, and before this I had another one. So it's a strong contender in my skincare. I find that with a good serum you can use any moisturizer and it will just make it even more effective. So this is the serum that I then go in with. So I do about, this is new, about 2 pumps, and then apply it onto my face. So after my serum, I go in with an eye cream. I have my Bobbi Brown eye cream. It's the vitamin enriched eye base. It's just a really good product for that eye area. So I get a little bit out. Because I have nails, I can't dig the other way, so I use the back of my nail. Pro tip for moisturizers with relatively long nails, I would say. Where is my hand? Get it on the back of your nail and then scoop it over to your finger, and then pat them down and then apply. So I like applying my eye cream before my moisturizer just to ensure that that eye area is getting the correct moisturizer on it first, because if I'm putting my moisturizer for all of my face, then it probably will go in that area unintentionally and kind of block the eye cream from actually penetrating and doing its job, essentially. So with moisturizer, I have two. So I've recently been trying out this Charlotte Tilbury one. I got a smaller size just to test it out, but this is my ultimate go-to. It's the Maybelline and Grwm Vitamin E Moisturizer. I get this from Space NK and I absolutely love this. It's just pump it out, put it on, your skin just feels perfect. It's not too greasy. It has got a scent, so it probably is fragrance, but if you're not bothered by that, then this would be ideal. I just love it. Honestly, it's my favorite. I do prefer the actual nourishment that comes from this as opposed to this, but maybe I'm not using enough. So with this product, you don't need a lot. So I don't really put a lot on and it still is very nourishing, whereas maybe with this I need to put on more. So yeah, I'm gonna use this anyway because I'm still trying it out. So I'll get that much, maybe a bit more now, on the back of my finger and then apply that to my face. So, try it out. And my neck, forehead, see what I mean about my skin getting a bit red? What else? So I have a Lash and Brow Serum from, so the bottle is completely messed up, but this is what it's called. Let's see. Let me show you. Old school YouTube. This is what it's called. I'll link it. It's really good for nourishing your brows and your lashes alike. It's not a growth serum, but it just helps keeps them nourished. I tend to get brow lamination and my LVL done, so this ensures that when I have that treatment, my lashes are just nourished the whole time and they don't get really brittle and dry. So it's a really great product to use alongside those kind of treatments. I am due to get my lash lift again and I'm currently waiting to get my LVL. I know that there are treatments that people can be without, but I just find it so convenient when my lashes and brows are kind of just done and I just need to kind of do the rest of my face. And it doesn't necessarily harm them if you look after your lashes by nourishing them and your eyebrows as well. Very happy with those, but yeah, that is the serum. So at this point there are a couple ways that I could go. If I was going out and about my normal day, I would apply my SPF 50 that I apply daily. So even after this, I will apply SPF properly. maybe with a spray or something that I have. But for now, because I will be filming, and despite the little Charlotte Tilbury one having SPF in it, I will not apply anymore. I will apply a Glam Glow face mask. So this is different to its kind of normal face masks in the way that you can use this as a moisturizer. It's a thirsty mud, so it's just a hydrating treatment, and it's just a really intense moisturizing treatment. So the way that I use this is I'll apply a thin layer, leave it on, and it will just be a good primer base for makeup. Look how empty this is. This has been well loved, and I'm still going to use this up before opening my new one up. So let me show you. It looks like this. So I just dot it on my face and then I rub it in. Oh, I've got some behind my nail. That's annoying. Here we go. Rub it in. Thin layer. And it's just great. And the final step is my By Terry lip balm, and this is also being very well loved. Scoop some out with my nail, my lips, and we're ready to be made up. So the next step, I will do my skincare, do my hair, do my makeup, and then finish off my hair. So the reason why I will do my hair next is so by the time makeup is done, hair has had time to cool down and it will hold its shape a lot better. I washed my hair yesterday or the day before, so it's relatively clean, and I will be curling it again. So brushing it out with my Tangle Teaser. I don't think I could ever use a different type of brush. I don't know what life was before Tangle Teaser. It was just very difficult, especially growing up with curly hair. It's not the one. I feel like my hair is getting a bit brassier, so I think I probably should give my hairstylist a little message and just see what up, if he can fit me in to colour my hair. Because usually I would get really blonde pieces in my hair, and the last time I got it done it was more of like a light brown, so I'll show you, and I really enjoyed it, but I just think the tone of it has changed a lot now to this kind of brassier, and then I don't think I am due another colour in terms of roots. I think I'll wait it out a little bit more, but once it's toned I think it'll be easier to maintain. So okay, brushing that out. Guys, also look at my hairline here. Let me see. Yeah, would you believe I had a bald spot literally a couple months ago? I have worked so hard to get it to grow back in, and I'm so happy that it has, because having that bald spot was probably one of the most stressful things in my life at that time. Anyway, I will probably do a video to show you how to kind of switch it up and how you could help yourself in that kind of situation as well. So let me know if that's something that you'd want to see, a video on how to kind of reduce hair loss or grow back a bald spot essentially, which is what I did. Okay, I am using my Shea Moisture leave-in conditioner. So I recently heard, and I do think it was Sophia and Cynthia's videos, the hairstylist had told them that using a leave-in conditioner for your hair is like using a moisturizer for your face, and like it makes sense, right? But I wouldn't have thought that beforehand. I associated leave-in conditioners with like coils or like very curly hair that needed that moisture, whereas this is like a perfect treatment for any kind of hair It's just really nourishing, and I think it like softens your hair. Maybe it reduces frizz. It's safe to use the color. It's for all hair types as well, so it's not like a specific hair type. It won't really weigh your hair down as well. So yeah, I do a few squirts, usually like 2 to 3 for each side, and then I run it through my ends, which is where my hair will mainly get dry. And yeah, especially if I'm using heat and stuff on my hair, doing something like this is perfect because it just ensures that your hair is getting nourished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on the other side. And I'm really happy with my hair growth and the length of it so far. I think I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. To be fair, I have been using more heat on it than I should, but last year and like during like lockdown, I really used 0 heat on my hair. I think I actively went a whole year without any kind of heat, no hairdryer, no straighteners, no curlers, nothing. Okay, so it kind of is compensating. Maybe that time compensates for this, but even now it's like I'll curl it mainly if I'm filming or at the beginning of the week, and then that's that. Really, it should last for the most part. Anyway, I then apply my kind of protective serum. It's a heat protector, I believe. It protects up to 130 degrees Celsius in terms of heat, and my styler, I have it at 210. So yeah, this is it. I am going to put 2 pumps in one hand for one side. I always divide my hair up. I know some people can do it without dividing the hair, but I don't really understand it. I can't do it myself. So I just make sure that all my hair is covered. And then the other side. Also, I say also a lot. Just a continuation of everything else I'm saying. I did not wash my hair for about 2 weeks prior to the last time that I washed it, yesterday, and it feels so lovely. It feels so great. I don't know what it is, like even my scalp, it's just nourished and it feels lovely. I don't know if anybody else is like that, where they don't need to wash their hair on a regular basis. Like, I don't do any crazy activities where my hair gets sweaty, and my hair really doesn't get oily that much. It gets oily within like usually the second day. Guys, oh my god! You know how I spoke about my bald spot? Look! They're the hairs that have grown from it. Oh my god! Now that I've put all my treatments in my hair, the leave-in conditioner and the protective oil, or the protective serum even, I will divide my hair. So what I do in order to divide it is I find where my ear is, follow along until the parting, and then divide these sections, clip this bit off, and then I've got this chunk that I'm going to be working from. Now, because I want my waves to be quite kind of effortless, and I want them to kind of almost be this mermaidy kind of style, I will be curling in the same direction. If I wanted them to be a bit more rogue and a bit more mismatched, I would alternate how I curl them. I'm also using a pretty wide and flat barreled tong just to give me that wave look rather than like a curl look, and I really like the way this makes my hair look. Honestly, once it's brushed out, it just feels like a really bouncy blow dry, which is what I love my hair to be like. I have a curler, I have this tong that if I want those tight curls to alternate, I will use this, and it gives me that look, like the really tight curl look, whereas this is more of like a wave and bouncier, which is what I'm wanting right now. So I'm going to start curling from the back. I know some people like to curl from the front. I don't really like that. This is how I've always done it. I will brush out the hair piece. Honestly, it's about an inch of hair. You don't want to grab too much hair because it will take you longer to kind of get that curl all the way through each strand, as opposed to like an inch where you can heat them up, less time, and it's better for your hair as well. So I just put it on the tongue, rolled it down like this, keeping it on for a few seconds, and then I like to like move my hair on the tongue and then get it out and then put it down. And then I will do that all the way around my head. Let me get this piece. All the way around my head, brushing out each piece before I use it, just to make sure that it goes on really well. So this, if you keep like some element of pressure to it, it will work pretty nicely. So I move it along as I'm holding it, and then boom, let it go. So I will do my whole head and then I will show you the finished result. Another disclaimer is that obviously this is a hot tool, so if you are using stuff like this, usually you receive a glove with them, so it kind of makes sure that you stay safe. And for maybe about 3 years into having products like this, I did use the glove, but now I feel confident enough to not. So please make sure that you do use the glove if you are new to tools like this, because I wouldn't want you to burn yourself. It's not what we want to do here. I've got my last two pieces. This is one side completely done, not moved or brushed out or anything else done to it. So what I'm going to do is finish up my other side and then show you how I do my makeup. This I'm not going to brush out until my makeup is completely done. So yeah, let me do this other side and then I will get right back to you. So both sides are now curled, looking really just not it yet, but now moving on to the makeup. Although I used my Glam Glow First Mud as a primer, I will also be using an actual primer. So I'm using this True Matte primer from Fenty Beauty. I love this one. This is my travel size one. I've already had like a big one, so 3 pumps, apply it all over. I just feel like even if you aren't using foundation, you should always use a primer for your skin, just to give it the right base for other makeup products to attach to. I have a mix of 2 products I really like to use, and I mix up the ratio of them depending on what I want. So I have my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter here, and it comes out like this. Mine is in the shade 3, and with this I like to use my Born This Way foundation in Almond. This has been loved for a while now. As you can see, it's rubbed out. It comes with me everywhere. So what I like to do with this is put it around my face. I will add sections here, here, here. Just anywhere really, everywhere. And then because I don't like the feeling of foundation. I don't think many people do. I use such a small amount of foundation, just something that will kind of even my skin tone. I dislike any kind of discoloration, and having skin that gets quite red or has like hyperpigmentation, and I just think having something like this to just smooth all that out. I just don't like it if I were to, I don't know, maybe have fake tan on and like my face is different shades in different parts, because obviously it attaches differently. So having a product like this that just gives you that even canvas is perfect. And when I say I don't use a lot, that is like the smallest amount. It's just spread out. And what I do then, I just go and tap in these 5 sections, and then I will kind of pull the product across my skin just to cover the main surface. This, pull it across the skin very gently. Like I say pull, but I'm not actually like pulling my skin. I'm just gently like swishing over my blender over the skin to get the product across. You really need to be so gentle with your skin. And then what I like to do is I go back in and pat everything into place. So like this. So you can still see like my beauty spots pop out. Like most of my skin is still kind of peeping through. It's just having that flawless filter gives me the glow, and the tiniest amount of foundation just helps kind of smoothen everything out and give that even color. Let me come close. Like you can still see the texture of my skin, like my beauty spots are fully there, and even my spot, like it's not fully concealed. So the next thing that I like to use is my Maybelline Erase Concealer. Where is it? Here. I twist this a couple times, and then I will only apply it in these different areas, not across the whole area. So what I like to do is add where I've got the discoloration. So I know that I have bags here. I can see the discoloration on the camera and in the mirror, and I can also see a little bit of discoloration in the corner of my eye. So what I want to do is I want to add a little bit here and a little bit here, and then I want to lift this eye area up. So I'll add a little bit here and a little bit here. So I'm actually avoiding the area that I want to put it on, because what I'm going to do is actually put the concealer on, but not directly. So I'm going to pat this in here and then drag it down. See? This way. So it's still lifted, it's not drawing attention to this part of my face, which is what the old traditional method would usually do. And this just ensures that you're keeping that lift, you're keeping the under eye area really, you want it to be free of product, because that will ensure that you don't get creasing or fine lines aren't like filled up. So the less product that you use that is just placed effectively in a good way, then it will look better. And obviously using something like a beauty blender helps with that as well, because you're pushing the product into the skin as opposed to it just resting on the top, which would allow it to move a lot easier. So yeah, here we go. You can still see my bags, like the actual definition is still there, but overall the area looks brighter and it looks better. I often use 2 different products depending on what I want. So I have, these are a little bit grubby, so please excuse that. I have my Tom Ford, what is this called? Shape and Illuminate, and it has the contour and it has the highlight. Lovely. I use the highlight regardless of the products that I use. And then I have my Chanel bronzer here. And I love this as well. So depending on what I want, I'll either use one of these or combine the both of them. Today I'm going to just use my Tom Ford contour and highlight, and maybe drop a little tiny amount of this bronzer on top. So let's get it going. What I use, because they're really creamy products, I'll just use my finger and I'll apply it like this. And I'll place it on my cheekbone, like slightly above my cheekbone. So I'll do the same as well. There's really no like rhyme or reason to this, honestly, because everybody's face is differently. So I'll place it there. I'll keep, the one thing that I will say is I'll keep this like bottom part clear as I can. And then I'll just add a little bit to the tip of my nose. And then a little bit under my chin. And this jawline here. And also my forehead here, because I like where the temple and the hairline here is like shaded. So that's what I'll do. I'll use my Illamasqua 230 brush. It's just a synthetic brush, really small, handy. You can use it for foundation, bronzer, blusher. Really perfect brush. I have a few of these in my brush collection just to help out. So what I'll do now with this is I'll make sure that I'm pulling the product up. I don't want to drag it down. So I'll pull the product up, as I want to make sure that the shading is coming up. I'll maybe do this a couple times just to blend that initial line, but pull it up, never bringing it down, always pulling it up. And that's that. It's very subtle once it's blended out. And I'll do the same on this side, pull it up, and then blending this section out here. Now I will blend this part up. Circular motions, the amount of pressure that you apply really does matter. So if I want to make sure that the product is spreading out evenly, I'll apply a bit more pressure. But if I want to just kind of control where it's going, I'll go light so I can have full control of where I want that product to go. Whereas here, I know I want it to fill in this kind of region on my forehead. But here, for example, I'm going lighter because I want to control it to not kind of drag everything down. So yeah, and I will be applying some of that Chanel bronzer. After looking at the way it is sitting, I want a little bit more colour. But let's not forget the jaw as well, and the chin. And just brush over my nose. So gonna swirl that in and then just go right above that contour, keeping on like the high points of your cheeks, because you don't want your contour and bronzer to drag your face down. Putting it on there, just a bit of colour, and then whatever's on my brush I'll just drag over. Another thing that I like doing is I'll tap it in, and because it's more like a cream base, tapping it in doesn't get too much product into the brush, so it's perfect. I will kind of just rub it over, but then I want to use the remnants of that over my eyelid and here, so over my eyelid and here, and it just gives me that flush of colour. It makes it a bit more seamless, and I'll just, whatever's left over, I will brush along jawline and drag it down. Because I haven't really been using foundation like that or any harsh colours, I haven't needed to drag fully down, but with this I will drag it down slightly just to make sure that it's kind of, there's no harsh lines. We really don't want those harsh lines. I then use my NARS what is this called? It's a matte stick. Oh, oh no, I just poked it. Let me cover that up. That's better. Quick fix. I usually will just do this. Put it on like 2 points of my cheeks, on the high points, and like I can feel the bone of my cheekbones. Shocker. And then I will blend this going up. So I won't drag it down. Blend it going up to begin with, and then small light circular motions. So I don't want this colour to diffuse everywhere. I want it to stay in this section. So I'll go quite lightly above, and then that's how you get your blush. So I'll drag it up to begin with. That's the direction in which I want it to go. So I know people say smile and then do your bronzer or blush, sorry, but then if I smile and do my blush here, when I stop smiling, my blush comes down all the way to here. So I don't want to do that. This way I'm ensuring that it's giving me that lifted look even when I'm not smiling. So that is kind of a pro tip. So circular motions, light circular motions, like this, and then ta-da, you have it done. Back to my Tom Ford. I'm gonna use the highlight. This is a really sheer highlight, so I'll just tap it on top here with my finger. I'll get it on my finger, put it like diagonally just to get it in that right space, and then I'll just go across it and tap it. Doesn't matter if this diffuses a little bit. And then I'll put some on my bridge of my nose here and the tip of my nose also, just to kind of give it that highlight. And naturally, because of the lighting, it highlighted that out, but I'll put some under my eyebrows as well here. So what I have been loving recently in terms of eyes is these Bobbi Brown sticks. So these are cream shadow sticks, and the one that I've been loving is the golden pink. Where is it? Here. Golden pink. Look at this. Look how stunning this is. Super light. When I put it on my eyes, so look at my eyes now. Let's see it applied on. That's it. Just beautiful, beautiful shade. Champagne kind of color. It's not very difficult to even just blend in with your finger. Here, here. And that's it. You can even put it on like in the corner of your eye. I love doing that as well. Because I applied that bronzer beforehand, it kind of just gave it a good base to add a little bit more dimension, so I don't just put this random colour on top. But now with this on top of my eyes, I'm just loving the look. Usually when my LVL is in top form, which it will be very soon, putting mascara on is very easy. But now my lashes are at different stages, so I'm going to just be applying some mascara at the base of my lashes just to lift them a little bit, and not necessarily taking that colour all the way through because they are at different levels, so it might look a little bit weird and I don't want it to clump. So I'm going to do that now. The mascara I'm using is the Lash Sensation by Maybelline, and yeah, I think it's called Sky High. It's a good one. I don't mind it. I'm not too fussed on mascara. I do have a Smashbox one that I really love. I love the brush. It's really thick, and I also love there's a few that I do love. I love the Kiko one. It's got quite a similar brush to the Maybelline one, and a Bobbi Brown one as well. This is really good to use. And then there's also a Armani one that I really do love, but spending like £30 on mascara is just not something that I want to do. if I'm being honest. So I like to go with the kind of drugstore, I guess, options more than like expensive options, although I do want to try the Charlotte Tilbury one out and the Kat Von D kind of mascaras as well. So yeah, let's put this on. So just at the root, as you can see, it's just lifted it up, but it's not looking overly done. You can definitely tell the difference, but I won't drag it all the way through to the ends because they're all at different stages right now. And let's do the next one. Same for this side as well, just a little bit. And then the next step is brows. So brows, because I don't have my lamination on, I will be soap browing them, which is a really big trend I've seen everywhere now. And I remember hearing about it many moons ago from Pixie Boo Sisters. So it's good to see that that trend is still going. I'm going to just kind of like add a little bit of color to my brows before doing soap brows. So I'm just going to fill in any sparseness to begin with. I like the shape of my brows a lot. I haven't had them done in a while, but I'm happy with where they're at. Shape these up. So yeah, shaped in, and I've got my brows. So brows, I'm sure you've already seen. Let me sit up. So brows, I have my Pear soap. I love this green one. It's so like grimy now because of how many times I've used it. And then I also have my brush. So I have my little brush here. So I've already like wet this. I'm going to just be using that solution. So what you do is rub it down, and then you start brushing it on your brows in the upright position that you want them to be in. So like this, see? Here, that's extreme, but I love it. Like that, and they will stay in place, and they are beautiful. Just doing the next part. Yeah, they look great. And that is essentially most of my face done. For lips, I'll just use some of my liner. So this is a L'Oreal number 360 liner. 360 liner. Just a light kind of beigey color. It basically looks like my lips. This literally looks like my lip color, which I love. And then that's it. This is a really creamy lip liner, so I just tend to use it as like a lipstick at times, and then I will just add some Dior lip oil on top if I want to, but because I'm filming I won't do that. And then I will just spray my face with my setting spray, Urban Decay standard. So yeah, I'm now going to just brush out my hair. It's fully cooled down now. I can feel it when I touch it, which is perfect, which is what we want before kind of brushing it out and like removing the shape that we set. When brushing out hair, I think it's really important to use something really wide tooth. So I could use my comb, which is my childhood comb. My mum used to brush my hair with this when it was curly, and more recently, the past year or so, I've been using this kind of rake. So it's got two different layers to it, which is perfect, and I just think it brushes it out really well. So what I'll do is I'll brush it out and kind of like zhuzh it how I want it, and then maybe go back and like add definition to certain parts. but it's just really handy to do with a tool like this. And of course you can also do this with your fingers, but something to be mindful of when you do that with your fingers is that your hands have oils, and the more that you touch your hair and like run your fingers through your hair, that kind of stuff, it will kind of build up and could contribute to getting greasy. So the less you touch it, the better. I'm going to add some Moroccan oil just to finish it off now. So I will mainly add it towards the ends, rubbing it over. I will kind of like rake it through towards the top just to add a bit of nourishment to that area as well. And then that's it, your hair is done, and obviously it will move as you are doing what you're doing. This is what I will do to kind of just get day glam ready to shoot, go out. This is the exact same thing that I do to go out for dinner or even work. Because the base is so simple and so light, I don't really need to switch it up. The only other thing I switch up would be lips or the eyes and maybe the blush color as well. But like base and brows, perfect every time. So this brings me to the end of this small get ready with me. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing the different kind of skincare products, how I do my hair, how I do my makeup, the makeup tips that I've shared as well, things that worked for me very well when I was training in makeup artistry and when I've done other people's makeups as well. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any content that is coming up. If you do want to see more lifestyle, food, fashion stuff and love Instagram, follow me on that platform as well at whoisshida. And thank you very much for your time. So once again, thank you very much for your time, and I will see you in the next video very soon. Bye guys.